Yo, what's going on, y'all? We back. It's Big.
It's Skip.
AKA our neighborhood, Mr. Swagoo.
Hey, you know.
Big Skip Podcast, we back, y'all. What's going on? What's the deal?
You know, it's a lot going on in the NFL, a lot going on in the NBA. More going on in the NFL, you know, people jockeying for playoff position and seeding, and people also trying to play spoiler. Right now, as I've been saying the last few weeks, like, the NFL is entertaining right now, but it's kind of like everybody is just like filling each other out roster wise. Guys getting injured.
I think we passed that
stage.
People
In and out the lineup. No. I'm saying, really, you know, like, all right, boom. I want to say, next month is when the NBA is gonna get real.
Oh yeah.
Next month,
always.
because that's when the NFL is gonna die down. There's gonna be more coverage on the games.
Yeah.
And
Before we continue with that though, let me send a shout out to Miss Brittany Griner. Welcome home. It was long overdue. She spent almost a year in Russia for, what was it? Oil of cannabis?
No, she had CBD, either CBD or cannabis cartridge.
It was cannabis oil.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Yeah. One of them.
But welcome home, Brittany Griner, and rest in peace to Mike Leach. He descended last night, had a heart condition, accident in his home. This passed last night, so condolences to Mike Leach, Oklahoma State coach, college football, for those of y'all that don't know.
Also, condolences to the family of Paul Silas.
Yeah, Paul Silas too. Condolences to Steven Silas, coach of the Houston Rockets, his family. Positive healing energy.
Also, thoughts is with Kyler Murray. Get well, little guy.
Get well, little guy. But back to what you. Whoa! Wait a minute. Y'all see the drip? Y'all see the off-whites? Compliments of Recess LR and PTT. Y'all see the off-whites? You know what I'm saying? Y'all see the fly T-shirt? You know what I mean? The jeans. What these jeans hitting for again? 65. Hey, stacked. Y'all see it? We only do fly stuff up in here. Hey, this is hot right here. This right here is hot. It's a little blue. This is a jean jacket. Like a little jacket. This is hot right here, and it matched those off whites right there. So, PTT Recess LR. Y'all know where to get fly at. Come through.
Support black business.
Come through.
Press that like button. Press that subscribe button. Press that share button. Tell a friend and bring a friend.
Let's do it. Let's get into some NFL talk now. Let's start in Dallas, man. What happened Sunday, man? Y'all almost wet the bed.
You know,
y'all almost wet the bed. I see what you been saying about Dak Prescott, because this interception caper he on right now ain't gonna cut it. That's not the business.
Here's the thing, and this is not to make no excuses for him. They brought up a graphic yesterday during the game while I was watching it. When he's forced to be, like, it wind up working out. But during that final drive, I'm like,
he looked perfect.
I'm like, hey, he looked perfect.
He looked
but I'm
perfect
saying during that final drive,
yeah,
I was like, fuck, when y'all gonna pass the ball? I mean, when y'all gonna run the ball? Like I'm like, when y'all gonna run the ball? Like,
because they had timeouts left.
I felt like nervous. Like,
they had timeouts left, so they could have ran.
Like,
they could have ran.
This nigga's about to throw another interception. Like,
yeah, like I'm saying though.
Then Tony Pollard was on the sideline looking hot. Like, I'm like, what happened to this nigga? What'd he do?
But that's the problem with Dak Prescott. Like I said, I'm starting to see it now because this dude is turnover prone.
It's not even. He can make great plays.
I think
now look here. Sis, I just want to make a point right quick, right? Before you make your point, I want to make a point. I put Dak Prescott in the category of
he's second tier.
Yeah, he's second tier. I put him with the Kirk Cousins, the Matt Ryan's younger, and Tony Romo's and certain quarterbacks like that. Phillip Rivers.
But here's the problem with us saying Dak Prescott is second tier right now. He's getting first tier money. So if you getting first tier money, you need to be first tier. You can't be throwing interceptions in the end zone against a team that then lost 11 of 13 games. You can't do that. It shouldn't come down to the final possession. You got to go 98 yards in a minute or so to win the game. Not against Houston. I'm sorry, that can't happen. Especially how they looked against Minnesota.
Still freaky.
Especially how they looked against Minnesota. Like they looked like
we have no excuse for struggling with the worst team in the NFL.
None whatsoever.
I was disgusted when they was like, I'm already pissed they didn't show the game, but then when they show the game and I'm looking like, how the fuck are we down? This is just crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy because I
want to ask you, was that a touchdown or no?
What touchdown?
With Gallup.
I didn't even watch the whole game. I just saw the final drive.
Gallup, before the play Zeke scored, Gallup caught the ball. And he got smacked. And he
I know a play you're talking about. I did see that play. I did see that play. So let me tell you why that wasn't a touchdown. I agree with the call.
Explain it to me. Make it make sense.
When you make a catch, you have to have control of the ball. He didn't have control of the ball because when he made the catch, the ball moved up to here. And by the time the ball moved up to here, that's when he got smacked and he fell to the ground. The ball came out. That's an incomplete pass. Okay, it's called finishing the catch.
Okay,
it's the same thing that happened with Dez Bryant, even though
that was a fucking catch.
I'm saying it now. Everybody, all you Cowboy fans that's about to say something, that was a catch. Dez Bryant against the Packers.
That was a touchdown, actually.
That was a catch. Should have been ruled a catch, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about what happened Sunday.
Calvin Johnson, too.
Calvin Johnson was a catch, too. We're talking about what happened Sunday. He didn't have control of the ball because you have to secure the ball. If he secures the ball,
I'm confused as to what a catch is anymore.
It's called finish.
Back in the day, if you had possession of the ball, whether it was bobbling or not, and you made a football move, that's a catch.
But that's why they changed the rule because
both his feet was down.
Yeah,
he came down with the ball.
Yeah, but he was bobbling the ball. The ball was moving. That's not a catch.
If it was moving, bro, it would have fell. No, I'm saying when he hit the ground, it would have flew out.
It did fly out
right when he hit the ground.
No, he hit the
ground and then it fell.
No, but still, it fell because he didn't have control of the ball. The ball was moving around up here. So when he got hit and he fell, the ball came out. That's an incomplete pass. Otherwise, they would have ruled it a touchdown. That was an incomplete. It was the right call. Granted, the very next play, Zeke got into the end zone. Game over. I mean, I personally knew Dallas was going to win the game after that interception Dak threw in Houston.
That was bogus, bro. Our defense held.
The defense held up because
we may not be as better as y'all, but we up there with y'all.
We're gonna get on our defense in a minute, but the defense held up. Houston should have punched that in. Either way. Now, what I disagree with was on fourth down, you already had trouble getting the ball in the end zone, bro. Kick the field goal. Kick the field goal. When you kick off, you run more time off the clock. Granted, like I said, Dallas had 3 timeouts. Hey, so who knows? They still would have.
No, Luffy got nothing to lose. The Texans got nothing to lose. They was playing with house money. They was up.
I get that. I get that. But still, I mean, I get both sides.
They was trying to steal a win.
They was trying to steal a win, but you kick the field goal, you go up 6, you force them to have to score a touchdown. You could play prevent.
We did though.
Yeah, but you play prevent defense the rest of the way down. And just let them run their inside plays. Now, granted, like I said, they had timeouts left. I think Dallas would have went down and scored anyway, regardless of what Houston did. But you put them in a more pressure situation by kicking the field goal and going up 6 instead of trying to punch it in on the play that they got confused because the quarterback went one way and the running back went the other way. So they wasn't even on the same page anyway.
Crazy. Did you see that?
Yeah. Like, hike. What are you doing? Y'all supposed to go the same way.
I know. The running back went the wrong way.
Exactly. So Houston beat themselves, but I mean, again, that's the team that's lost 11 to 13 games. They got the worst record in football. They're going to have the number 1 pick, and they're probably going to pick Caleb Williams. I hope they don't, but they probably will. It is what it is. They suck. But the issue is not Houston because we know they trash. The issue is, why was Dallas even in that position?
I have no idea.
This is a team
our quarterback needs to stop doing it to the other team and stop being colorblind. And we wear blue and white.
And this is what I love. Michael Irvin, Hall of Famer, nicknamed the playmaker. He's earned all of that. But Michael Irvin, you got to take the blinders off because you're talking about your team, and as you should. We going to the Super Bowl. We going to do this. But you sound like Cowboy fans every year. Dak Prescott.
Not all Cowboy fans.
All y'all.
No, I'm not delusional. I'm realistic.
Man, every year, all I hear from the Cowboys, except for I know a few Cowboy fans that's not delusional. Shout out to my boy Paulo. But every year it's we going to the Super Bowl. We going to the Super Bowl. We the Cowboy.
When have I ever said that in our podcast?
Fuck is you talking about? Y'all not going to.
I feel like we got an opportunity. If we have the perfect storm. We got the defense. We got the run game. If everything falls into place and position,
but
like guess what? I would rather see Philly in the playoffs than y'all.
But here's what's going to have to happen, though.
What?
Right? Let's just say everything lines up the way it's supposed to line up for the playoffs, right? Y'all got to go to Tampa Bay. I think y'all will beat Tampa Bay. I'm not about to count them out because they got Tom Brady. I'm going to get on him in a minute. But I'm not going to count him out. But I think y'all will beat Tampa Bay. No ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Man,
then y'all got to go to Philly.
Y'all shall con them on Sunday, bro.
We're going to get into that. Then y'all got to go to Philly, who just trashed New York. They are legit 12-1. Like, it ain't no question no more about Philly. No questions no more.
We'll see in the second season.
Y'all got them Christmas Eve.
I'm ready.
I'm just saying, there's no questions about Philly. And then y'all get past Philly, like I told you before, we'll be waiting. We'll be waiting in Santa Clara for y'all.
You know what?
And speaking of you saw what we did to Tampa Bay on Sunday.
Yeah.
Listen.
Before we get on your team, I want to touch on something. So, is the Cleveland quarterback worth $230 million guaranteed? Or
Not right now.
After two-game sample size?
Not right now. Not right now. I just want to
bring that up
but I don't want to
in our commentary.
But I don't want to fully pass judgment on here because, like I said, he didn't miss 2 seasons. So, in my opinion,
what does that mean? Michael Vick missed 2 seasons.
Everybody not Michael Vick. Deshaun Watson's not Michael Vick. So what I want to do is I want to let him get an off season, really learn the playbook, really get to practice with his receivers, get in sync, get back in football shape, and then let's see if he worked that contract Cleveland gave him.
All right.
That's what I want to do. Now,
what is your thoughts on and I'm gonna show you how much growth I've Kansas City organization, great win with your backyard football plays. What do you think about Russell Wilson? He looked like Russell Wilson this game.
He finally looked like Russell Wilson. He got hurt. I think Denver would have.
Was that an anomaly, a blip, or was that what he's gonna have to? He realized he's gonna have to.
That's what he needs to do for them to be any kind of successful.
But do they have to play calling or the prerequisite?
No.
Or the prerequisite skill position players?
No, I don't think they do. Well, I think they have the skill position players. I don't think they have the play calling. That's just my take on it. But yeah, Kansas City. That was some let's line up in the middle of the street, play football type of game. Kansas City and Denver. But Kansas City pulled it out.
We're talking about Kansas City and Denver, and since I've stated in our other podcast about a certain quarterback, I just want to say
Patrick Mahomes.
I just want to say never, ever in the over 100-year history of the NFL is it ever good for a so-called MVP quarterback, so-called generational talent, so-called great person to throw 3 interceptions in a game. But I digress. Now let's move forward with your 49ers.
Stuff happens. Everybody don't have a perfect game. It happens.
All right. Joe Montana never threw 3 picks. Steve Young, Troy Aikman. I was about to say Brett Favre. I was about to tell a lie. Aaron Rodgers. I can go on and on with great quarterbacks that don't throw no damn 3 picks in the game.
But it happens, man. It happens.
Yeah, I know. I've seen Tom Brady throw like 3 or 4 in the game before, but that's like an anomaly. He don't do that all the time.
Well, we picked him off twice on Sunday. And let's get on that. Before we talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady, let's talk about my first place San Francisco 49ers.
Woohoo!
You know what I mean? There were still some people that, very few, still saying that our defense wasn't legit. There was people out there saying that, we got to see what this 262nd pick in the NFL draft, Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy, what is he going to do when a team is able to game plan for him? So what did he do? He threw for 180 yards in the first half.
So
he threw 2 touchdowns and he ran 1 in.
No. Is it the play calling and the coaching and the scheme, or is it because it seems like whoever quarterback you plug into Shanahan's system, whether it be RG3, Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan, Garoppolo,
no.
in there.
I'm glad you said that because I got a stat for you.
Shout out to CMC.
I got a stat.
Balling, my guy.
I got a stat for you since you want to bring up Jimmy Garoppolo. Well, I'm still gonna say it because everybody else don't know the stat.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm still going to say it. In 3 years, you know how many times Jimmy Garoppolo has thrown a deep ball touchdown pass outside the numbers? In 3 years.
5 times?
Less.
Wow.
2 times.
Does that make him a bad quarterback?
No,
or does that make any quarterback that is not throwing outside the numbers a bad quarterback? As long as he's efficient and a winner.
It doesn't make him a bad quarterback, but it adds an element to the offense that I've been telling you the 49ers need. The second half of that stat. You know how many times Brock Purdy threw deep ball touchdown passes outside the numbers on Sunday?
What, 4 times? Twice? Yeah.
So he did it 2 times in one game. Jimmy Garoppolo has done it 2 times in 3 years. That added element that I've been telling you, open up the playbook. I saw Brock Purdy make plays that I ain't never seen Jimmy Garoppolo play.
But he wins.
In the
and he's efficient.
Yeah, he wins and he's efficient, but it's boring. It's predictable. That's why defenses just say,
win.
Listen.
What the hell?
That's why defenses, a smart defense will say, we're going to put 7 men in the box and shut down the run.
Okay, guess what?
We're going to make
I've
Jimmy
seen
Garoppolo.
Jimmy G be forced to throw. I don't know if it was last year or the year before.
Against the Saints?
When y'all played the Saints.
Against the Saints. That's the only time I ever seen him forced to throw.
Green Bay in the playoffs. Woo.
No.
He didn't do it?
Both times we beat Green Bay.
I've seen him step up, though.
Both times we beat Green Bay in the playoffs. Games. And let me say this again louder so Rafi can hear me. Both times we beat Green Bay in the playoffs the last 2 years, Jimmy Garoppolo was not forced to make throws. The game we won last year was 13-10 in the snow. Our defense and our special teams won that game. The game we beat them in the NFC Championship game a couple of years ago, it's because we ran the ball down their throats. Raheem Mostert, Matt Breida, I think was still on the team at the time. We ran the ball down their throats. As a matter of fact, that year we went to the Super Bowl. You know how many passes Jimmy Garoppolo threw in the playoffs? That game against Minnesota and Green Bay? 18.
It's a lot of quarterbacks that can throw outside the numbers, but they're not as efficient, and they don't win.
But that's the problem with Jimmy Garoppolo is that he doesn't throw outside the numbers. His only knock
is outside the numbers and injury prone.
But we're not going to talk about the injuries. I'm talking about throwing outside the numbers. When you got threats that could go down the field.
Who? Besides Ayuk?
Debo Samuel and Ayuk and George Kittle. All of them could make plays down the field.
I'm not going to go off the talking heads, but I'm going to tell you what some of the talking heads said yesterday. They said that because Jerry Rice made a comment like, stop running our players in the middle of the field.
I saw that. Mm-hmm.
So one of the talking heads on Fox was saying something to the effect of, when you split Debo outside, they said he's not an elite wide receiver.
But that's not true.
They made it seem like he's better in the capacity of what Shanahan got him playing.
That's false. I know it's false. Those talking heads didn't watch Debo last year when he had over 1,400 yards receiving.
And tugs.
And he had touchdown, all that. You know what I'm saying? So you could use him strictly as a receiver. Yeah, run him every now and then, but on end around.
But is he a slot? What is he? Is he an outside receiver? What is he?
He could be both if you use him correctly. I tell you what, and the injury on him was sprained MCL, sprained ankle. They said it's not serious. He'll be back before the regular season ends.
For sure.
So I think he'll be back in like 2 weeks. My personal opinion. Which, thank God, that's all it was, and it wasn't.
Man, that shit looked like
it looked like he broke his whatever or tore his whatever. Injury, it looked ugly, but came out okay. So 2 weeks, Debo, we expect to see you back. But like I said, my thing is an added element that Brock Purdy brought. Being able to move around in the pocket, evade tackles, because that's what he was doing against Tampa Bay. Being able to run around and find people down the field. The 2 plays where he's getting rushed, that he threw touchdown passes, those deep balls, one to McCaffrey, one to Ayuk, they was on his head.
So basically, in a nutshell, you're saying the days of the pocket passer is dead. I'm
saying Brock Purdy brings an element to the San Francisco 49ers that's been missing on offense.
It sounds like you're saying more athletic quarterbacks is what's now, and the pocket passers is dead.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that what Brock Purdy brings is something that I've never seen Jimmy Garoppolo do. I've never seen him do that. He made plays I've never seen Jimmy Garoppolo make. Now, not only, I'm not putting Jimmy Garoppolo on notice. I'm not doing that. You do know who I am putting on notice? Trey Lance.
Yeah.
I hope you watching, because this kid, if you don't get your shit together next year, he's taking your spot.
Oh,
period.
I want to bring up a stat for you. This is about the 49ers, right? So, Colin Kaepernick supposedly in certain dynamics made your offense more dynamic, and he was hitting the numbers outside the numbers. But a graphic that the Talking Heads put up yesterday, Colin Kaepernick's winning percentage with the 49ers overall is .500. Alex Smith's .513. And that's all-time 49er records.
I know. I saw that graphic.
Yeah. So I was going to take a screenshot
I know
of it and send it to you,
what graphic you're talking about because I saw that same graphic.
So to my point, how can you, as a lifelong 49er fan, me knowing you all my life, how can you be so like down on Alex Smith in the years of Alex Smith? Because I really want to dive into this shit, right? Because it's like you be quick to like hood hop on your quarterback and it's like when they brought in an offensive guru in North Turner, Alex Smith had one of his best years before Harbaugh came. So it's like when you got a defensive Michael Singletary, defensive coach, coaching the team, and when you got all these other fucking whack-ass coaches, and when Alex Smith came into the league, what did they have? They didn't have nothing. When he came into the league, when he came into the league, Vernon Davis wasn't Vernon Davis, Crabtree wasn't Crabtree, Gore wasn't Gore. That shit all came together along the process. Am I lying?
When Jim Harbaugh took over as coach of the 49ers, that's when Alex Smith had his best year.
Oh, really? So he didn't have a good year when Norv was there?
No.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't because we wasn't winning.
Y'all should have kept him.
We wasn't winning.
What was the defense like then?
Everything was horrible. Everything was horrible.
I'm saying
we weren't winning. We weren't winning. The offense wasn't great.
All right. Off camera, we're gonna look up them stats.
The offense wasn't.
We're gonna look up them stats,
bro. We wasn't winning with North Turner. Our best season under North Turner was 8-8. Jim Harbaugh's worst season was 8-8.
I feel it, bro. I was speaking in the aspect of the quarterback and
Alex Smith's best season with the 49ers was under Jim Harbaugh.
I'm talking about prior to Jim Harbaugh.
He didn't have no good season prior to Jim Harbaugh.
Didn't they have Mike Singletary as the coach? And who was the coach before Norv took?
Norv
wasn't even the coach. Norv was the coordinator.
Norv was the coordinator. It was some, I forget the dude's name, but it was somebody that wasn't a good coach. He was only there 1 year.
Like right now, do you give credence to Brian Greasy and the success of the quarterback room?
I do.
All right.
But the point is that Alex Smith,
and do you give credence to Wes Welker being a wide receiver coach?
Yes, I do. All the coaches matter. They all matter. But we talk about Alex Smith like he had a Hall of Fame year in the North Turner. He didn't have that.
I'm saying he had what the point I was trying to make. Whether it was right or wrong or me just liking him, I'm saying before North Turner became a part of the 49ers organization as a play caller, he was bad. He was looking like a bust. I'm not even gonna lie, and I'm a fan of his.
But he wasn't.
But when North Turner came,
he improved a little bit. He improved a little bit, not drastically.
Then when Harbaugh, being a former NFL quarterback, came in, he improved even more.
Exactly. But he was still a game manager. It wasn't like he was throwing the ball outside the numbers. He was a game manager.
What is this? I'm not even talking about just even for your team. What is this affinity that people have with the deep ball and the vertical passing game?
Because it adds.
What's wrong with a 12-play drive? What's wrong with a 15-play drive? What's wrong with I formation? What's wrong with running the offense? Why I gotta be quick? Why I gotta be over the top?
Because it's called mixing it up. That's why you add that element to your team. That's why you do that. Because teams, they watch film and they be like, okay, this is what this person likes to do. They like to throw in between the numbers. They like to do this, screen passes, run the ball. Okay, let's crowd the box. Let's take all that away.
All right, case in point.
And then if you don't have a vertical threat, then it's not gonna work.
Did they stop it?
You said what?
I said, case in point, the Cowboys. They knew they was going to Irvin.
They had a running game. They had a running game. Both those teams had a running game. They was able to mix it up. That's what you're missing. You're saying, let's throw inside the numbers. Let's throw screen passes. Let's run the ball. Teams gear up for that. So when teams gear up for that.
I'm not a Patriots fan, but Belichick did that shit for 20 years. Running double tight ends, using the slots, receivers, and utilizing the inside of the field.
And as good as they were, what happened that year? They had Randy Moss. That was the best offensive team in all the years Tom Brady was there.
It was. It was.
Because they added a vertical threat to their offense. So when teams was like, oh, we know what the Patriots going to do, slot to Wes Welker. Let's run the ball. Let's get Tom Brady little checkdowns and all that. Oh, wait a minute. There's a future Hall of Famer running down the field, and Tom Brady could get the ball to him, which added up to 22 touchdowns between them that year of the 50 that Tom Brady threw.
I hear you.
That's what I mean when I say you have a quarterback that could get the ball down
to the Super Bowl with Aaron Hernandez and Gronkowski and Wes Welker and Edelman.
They got back to the Super Bowl, and a team like the New York Giants said, we're going to take away that vertical threat, and we're going to crowd the box. That's what a vertical threat adds a different element to your offense so you don't become predictable. You think Jimmy Garoppolo makes that throw to Brandon Ayuk on Sunday or Christian McCaffrey? No. He don't make those throws. You know why? Because in the 5 years he's been with the 49ers, I've never seen him make those throws with people in his face. I've never seen him make those plays. Never. And I'm not saying that to say Jimmy Garoppolo's a bad quarterback. I'm just saying that's who he is. He has limitations that I did not see with Brock Purdy on Sunday. I didn't see those limitations.
2-game sample size, but we'll see.
We'll see.
It's just like Cooper Rush. It's just like Cooper Rush.
They play on Thursday in Seattle. The worst rushing defense the second worst rush defense in football and the worst scoring defense in football.
He looking like we wrote him off too soon.
Our defense better come to play because that offense is like top 10 in football. But they done lost some of their running backs, so they're going to be limited in the running game because we are still number one against the run. So their offense is going to be passing the football. So our secondary needs to be ready to play Thursday.
So let's talk about LA, man. First, I want to say, what is your thoughts on Baker Mayfield, man, in that situation?
I'm not going to lie. I was shocked like everybody else was. And speaking of LA, we're going to talk something. I want to get into something else too. I was shocked at what I saw because that was pretty depressing to watch for about 54 minutes. That was very depressing to watch. Like, I understood what Sean McVay was thinking. Yeah, he only been here for 48 hours, but F it, let's throw him out there. Let's see what he could do. And like I said, for the first 55 minutes of that game, it was a whole lot of nothing. But
he was showing flashes. He didn't turn the ball over. He didn't do nothing.
He showed some flashes, but the reason why the Rams won that game is because those Raiders are those Raiders.
Trash.
I'm not going to, Raider fans that watch this,
those
I'm not going to go that far.
Raiders.
But I'm sorry, man. This season,
listen,
you give these niggas reason to say you are what they thought you were.
Every year since y'all went to the Super Bowl, y'all give us a reason to say you are what you are. Except for that 1 year when y'all won 12 games and Derek Carr got hurt. No. And last year. You know what I'm saying? Outside of 2 seasons, y'all are what y'all are.
Trash.
You know what I'm saying? 54 minutes of football, y'all dominated that game, at least defensively, because the offense didn't look that good.
What I want to say is that McDaniels, what's up, bro? Why my nigga Javonte didn't get one target in the second half, the whole second half?
I don't understand that either, but I don't know how they blow that game like the way they did. I don't. That's the best way I can say it. The Raiders are going to be the Raiders. If it wasn't for another team with the nickname An Accident Waiting to Happen, and y'all know who I'm talking about, why he's shaking his head. If they didn't have that nickname, the Raiders would have that nickname, An Accident Waiting to Happen, because that's what y'all do. Y'all, I'm going to say this again, 54 minutes. That game was all Raiders. The Rams didn't do anything. And then y'all, boom, touchdown. Boom, touchdown, game over. Just like that. What the hell?
You know what, man? All I can say is that
trash.
We're gonna move on to the LA's other team.
Yeah, we are. Because I want to ask a question.
Did Tua get exposed?
Oh, there we go.
Or did Herbert show himself to be one of the elite?
There we go. We on the same page here because that was my question. Can we put an end to this argument of Tua Tagovailoa versus Justin Herbert? Everybody knows who's the better quarterback. Yeah, it's not close. It's not close. So the question is, did Tua get exposed?
I'm not sure.
Because what I saw on Sunday, again, they like to throw down the field. They like to throw inside the numbers. So we're going to crowd inside the numbers and make them throw outside the numbers. I saw a lot of underthrows. I saw a lot of miscommunication.
Arm strength is not his talent, bro.
Arm strength ain't never been his talent. But according to Miami Dolphin fans and a certain Miss person on Speak, I got on her head last week. I got on her head last week.
Wow.
So Joy Taylor on Speak, her brother played for the Dolphins. I forget his first name, but her brother played for the Dolphins. I forget his name. His last name is Taylor, of course, but I forget his first name. Apparently, she thinks Tua Tagovailoa could do no wrong. Last week, it was all, the Dolphins are this, the Dolphins are that. What have the San Francisco 49ers done? And then the San Francisco 49ers shut their asses down. Big time. Shut them down. So she had to humble herself and say, the 49ers are the real deal.
No, they definitely the real deal.
Then it was her and Emmanuel Acho. I know his name. Tua's better than Justin Herbert. Tua got better numbers this year. The Dolphins don't lose when Tua starts a game, which was snapped against us. Tua's this, Tua's that. So then they play the game on Sunday night. Tua is missing throws. Like, I throw the ball to you, but the ball ends up going that way. You know what I'm saying? I got a receiver running down the field. He's supposed to have all this arm strength, but the ball is like 2-3 yards short. The only touchdown that they got on offense, the only 2 touchdowns they got on offense, one was on a fumble that the wide receiver picked up and ran in. The other one was because there was a one-on-one route that Tyreek Hill ran and the defender fell. So once the defender fell, that's easy. Catch, run, touchdown. Can't do nothing about that. But outside of that, Tua, put it like this. Dude went 10 for 28 throwing the football. 10 for 28 for 145 yards.
So did y'all expose him or did the team last week expose him?
Both teams exposed him.
Has he been exposed?
I'm gonna tell you. No. I'm gonna tell you how both teams exposed him. San Francisco exposed him because if you get pressure on him,
not even that.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all took away the short routes.
Yeah, we take away the short routes, and if you get pressure on him, he panics. Just start throwing the ball all over the place. The Chargers exposed him because they let the world know that dude arm ain't as strong as they think it is.
Not at all.
Now let's talk about what Justin Herbert did, because another thing that I heard was a lot of his receivers was still getting open. Tua was just missing, which is another knock on him, because if your receivers are open, you're supposed to hit them. And against us, there were times where the receivers got open and Tua just didn't make the play. Against LA, his receivers wasn't even getting open. Now, compared to the Chargers, I don't know when Mike Hill was wide open. I don't know when Keenan Allen was wide open. What I do know is that they still got the ball because Justin Herbert was just pinpointing. Everything was on point that man threw. He only had 5 incompletions.
I just want to say, Emmanuel Ancho, please.
Oh, he got humbled too. He got humbled too.
Herbert, and you was at the game.
This man was
he's a generational talent. Stop hating on this
generational talent. But Ancho humbled himself.
How can you talk about this dude when Eckler's been in and out the lineup over the last all his whole career? Mike Williams and
Keenan Allen.
They've been in and out the lineup. So you cannot judge it. And he has a defensive coach.
Yeah.
So,
but Acho humbled himself. Don't think we didn't see that diss record you tried to put out about Herbert, how he gonna throw a pick 6 and the Dolphins gonna win the game, and this, that, and the other, because that's what he does. And you called him a social media quarterback. I don't think we didn't see that. That's why yesterday on your show we saw you humble yourself and said you're not gonna engage in the Tua Herbert conversation, because like I said, let's put that to bed. That's done.
Not even that.
No one better not ever say Tua.
They call him a social media analyst.
Yeah, exactly. They call him, you know what I'm saying? But we put that discussion to bed. Justin Herbert is miles better than Tua. Miles.
And
it's not close.
And shit,
90%
90% of a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL.
It's not close. Tua's a second-tier B-level quarterback. Maybe third. Borderline third. Justin Herbert is that dude. He's that dude.
Hey, as much as I hate the Birds, I think Hurts might be one of them dudes.
He's not there yet.
Is he better than Kyler?
I don't know yet.
Is he better than Vic 2.0?
No.
All right.
No. I'm not going to put him
Is he a better passer than Vic 2.0?
I can't defend
it. It appears that way.
I can't
it appears that way.
But I've seen Lamar Jackson, when they asked him to throw the ball, handle business.
I'm not going to say that because, like Steve Young, the great Steve Young, he said until they get Lamar some weapons, we won't even.
They got to get him some weapons besides Mark Andrews. They got to get him some weapons because this wide receiver core ain't it in Baltimore. It ain't it. It ain't it. It's really not it.
I mean, Hollywood Brown is showing why they let him go.
They did. Well, I mean, look at Baltimore's offensive coordinator.
He did good with y'all.
Yeah, in the run game.
So VD didn't eat? Crabtree didn't eat?
Barely.
Bolden didn't eat?
Barely. Greg Roman's specialty is running the football. That's why Baltimore is always near the top of the league in running. That's why San Francisco, when we had him, was always near the top of the league in running. That's his specialty. Specialty ain't throwing the football. But again, that's what I was saying earlier. You be one-dimensional.
If you say that, then Greg Roman was there when Alex Smith was there.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Thank you for proving my point.
Alex Smith got with Andy Reid, he started throwing it down the field more, not a lot, but more.
But because Andy Reid is a coach that wants to throw the football and run the football, whereas Greg Roman just wants to run.
Hey.
Can't be one-dimensional on offense, man. Teams figure that out. Good teams, smart teams, they figure that out. Again, back to what I was saying. Mix it up. Add that element. Passing the ball, vertical game. Mix it up.
But if you one-dimensional on the passing end, when all you have is a vertical passing game and no run game.
I agree with that too. Mix it up. You got to be able to do both well to win. The teams that are where they are right now, outside of Buffalo and Kansas City, they do both well. They run the ball well, they throw the ball well enough to where you can't predict what they're going to do. Since Christian McCaffrey's been with the 49ers, that offense has been better.
Drastically better.
Because
even though Debo hurt, y'all still going to be straight.
Yeah, we're going to be fine. Like I said, Debo will be out probably 2 games. I think he'll be back in 2 weeks. He's not going to play Thursday, and then he's not going to play in the game after that. I think we got against Washington. So I'm looking at the game we got.
So y'all play Thursday?
We play Seattle Thursday.
That should be 2 wins.
That should be a win.
That should be 2 wins.
And then we play Washington, and then after that we got the Raiders, and then we got Arizona.
Play the Raiders?
Yeah,
Raiders?
At Raiders in Vegas.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be. That's gonna be a war.
Yeah, I think Debo will be back for that game. So there's that.
Y'all better not let the traders upset y'all, bro.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Hey, that's your former Bay rivals, bro.
It is, but we dominate them, so I'm not worried about the Raiders.
Y'all better y'all better watch that boy Javonte.
That's their only threat because I listen. I like Josh Jacobs, but there's a reason why we're number 1 in the league against the run.
He's something different though, bro.
So
he's something different.
So is Alvin Kamara.
Nah,
So is Alvin Kamara. We shut him down.
That's different.
We shut him down.
That's different.
He's
different.
What do you mean it's different?
Like when I mean,
you know who didn't?
Josh Jacobs can run outside the tackles, inside the tackles, and catch.
You know who
He's not one-dimensional.
So can Alvin Kamara.
I'm just saying, like he's more finesse. That's what I'm saying. Like
Alvin Kamara's finesse.
Yeah, he's finesse. The Saints. I'm not saying I love Alvin Kamara. I fuck with the Saints. What I'm saying is he more like Marshall Faulke, Marcus Allen-y.
Yeah, but he's not.
Thomas. Yeah, he's like a pass catcher. Westbrook-y.
But he's not.
You know what I mean? He not. But that nigga Josh Jacobs is like, and he gonna catch it. Like, you know what I mean?
Do you think that's gonna work against our defensive line?
That's just going. If y'all got 8 men in the box, that means somebody.
We don't need 8 men in the box.
All right, you just seen what Javonte Adams did to Ramsey. That's so-called one of the best.
That's Jalen Ramsey.
Hey, he's supposed to be one of the best.
Yeah, by name. He's not one of the best on the field no more. And you hearing a big Jalen Ramsey fan say that. Because I defended him when the argument was who was better out of him and Trayvon Diggs. I was like, Jalen Ramsey way better until he got exposed. He not good like that no more.
Hey, Diggs was a gambler last year. Now, bro, played coverage.
Yeah, he played coverage because
he ain't just gambling for the
because he knew all that gambling was getting him in trouble because he was getting burnt a lot too off that gambling. And he learned how to play coverage, and now can't nobody do nothing with him.
So what you saying, Ramsey is going in the direction of Josh Norman?
Hey, it looked like it.
Once upon a time, but not long ago?
It looked like it. It looked like it. It sure does look like it.
Hey, he might get cut or traded for some draft picks, bro.
He might.
But I heard them talk about during the game, they said they might use him for trade bait.
They might because the Rams need to get younger. They got an old. Where? They got it everywhere, except for wide receiver because they got Cooper Kupp. And running back, they got young running backs, so they good at running back.
Jefferson's still young, but I don't know.
Jefferson's still young, but Allen Robinson's still young, but like I said, they good at.
I mean, that's what I meant.
They good at receiver as far as youth. They good at running back as far as youth. But I mean, think about it. Matthew Stafford is what 34, 35.
Yeah.
Everybody on their defense is of age. Bobby Wagner.
I mean, they might.
I mean, come on. Aaron Donald talking about retiring.
Leonard Floyd
up there in age.
Hey, that's what I heard. They might keep Baker.
They might.
Insurance policy.
They might. Why not? Matthew Stafford got what? 2 years left?
I mean, ain't no telling. They talking about he was having some partial paralysis,
spinal cord injuries and all that. Like, that's serious stuff. So yeah, I'd keep Baker Mayfield around for insurance. Why not? He could be the next guy up in LA.
He could be.
He could be. This is a good place for him to get better under Sean McVay, who's an offensive guru.
And that's to my point of what I've been saying about not just Kansas City's quarterback, but a lot of quarterbacks. Like, you take a Cam Newton, right? He never had a Sean McVay, or he never had an offensive group. Like, can you imagine Cam Newton at his best if he had like somebody who schemed for him to do what Lamar Jackson could do? Or Lamar Jackson does, or scheme to coach him up.
You also got to understand who Cam Newton
I'm just using him as an example.
Set.
No, I'm using him as an example.
Yeah, but you got to understand who people's skill set is.
Who was his coach? Who was the Washington's coach?
Ron Rivera.
Exactly, defensive coach.
But you also got to understand people's skill set. Cam Newton's skill set is not gunslinging. That's not his skill set. His skill set is running, using his legs.
I get it, but he wasn't a horrible passer.
I'm not saying he was a horrible passer, but I'm saying he's not. You got to. What you're doing is, imagine if these quarterbacks had these coaches. I'm saying there are quarterbacks who need to be on the move, a la Russell Wilson, Cam Newton, and there are quarterbacks who excel in the pocket, Aaron Rodgers. Different types of quarterbacks. Like, you can't expect Aaron Rodgers.
He still had Mike Holmgren. He still had.
Imagine if Aaron Rodgers had a defensive coach that was about, we're gonna run the ball, we're gonna dominate with defense,
good.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying, because that's not what Aaron Rodgers is. Aaron Rodgers need a Mike Holmgren, need a Mike McCarthy, need a Matt LaFleur. Hey, go out there and do what you do. We're gonna get you some wide receivers at the skills position. That Watson kid in Green Bay is nice. We're going to get you some receivers at the skill position. We're going to scheme up some plays for them. And we're going to let you do what you do because that's what you are. Same with Cam Newton and these other quarterbacks that use their legs instead of their arm. Listen, your skill set is moving around. So we're going to scheme up an offense that's going to allow you to be on the move all the time and not in the pocket. Because if we keep you in the pocket, that's going to limit what you could do.
So I have a question for you.
Which is the same thing that's happening in Denver.
So I have a question for you, right? You know, we said that they were running Alex Smith plays for Kaepernick, right?
They were, and I hated that.
So look, did Aaron Rodgers win with Brett Favre's players and team? Because that was Brett Favre's.
That's not fair. But that's not
Donald
fair.
Driver,
that's not fair.
Greg Jennings.
That's not fair. You can't.
James Jones. They all played with Brett Favre.
Okay.
They were all wait, and this is to my point, right? Tony Dungy was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they was almost famous. And then here comes Chucky, and he won with Tony Dungy's team.
That's not fair, man.
Just like George Seifert won with the great Bill Walsh's team.
So
am I correct?
So what you basically, what are you saying? Are you saying that if you bring in a new coach, let's clean house and bring in a whole new team? No.
Barry Switzer won with Jimmy's players, right?
Steve Kerr won with Mark Jackson's players. What are you saying? Pat Riley won with Paul Westhead's players. What are you saying?
I'm saying what I've been
Eric
saying for
Spoelstra
years.
won
Phil
with Pat
Jackson
Riley's
won
guys. What are you saying?
With my fucking Doug Collins' team.
So what? Maybe that's the coach that need to get them over the hump. Once you become the coach, it's not their team no more. It's my team. Once Aaron Rodgers became the quarterback, it wasn't Brett Favre's team no more.
Steve Kerr won with Mark Jackson's players.
I just said that.
Oh, yeah.
But once Steve Kerr got there, it wasn't Mark Jackson's team no more. It was Steve Kerr's team. And guess what Steve Kerr did?
He developed all them players. He developed
Mark Jackson, Mark Jackson
Harrison
did.
Barnes.
Mark Jackson
all
did.
them players.
He sure did. But guess what was wrong with that team when Mark Jackson was there?
What?
The offense was boring. So you know what, Steve?
Why? Because it went through David Lee, who was the best player on the team at that time.
Did it work?
He got hurt.
They lost. They lost.
Hurt.
Bro, in 2014, they lost.
That's the only reason why hey, for those of you out there that don't know, that's not real hoop-head watchers, Draymond Green was the sixth man.
He was. And what did Steve Kerr do?
He got his spot because somebody got hurt.
So when David Lee came back, that means Draymond Green should have went back to the bench, right?
Very much so.
Why didn't he?
Because he was an all-star and the highest paid player on the team. Why the fuck wouldn't he go back to the bench?
Why did he go back to the bench? Because that offense was humming with Draymond Green in the lineup. He added an element to the offense. Steve Kerr opened up the offense.
And when David Lee came back, when he got playing time, he balled out still.
Yeah, but he was lost in the mix. Because they weren't playing to that style anymore. Which is why he eventually got traded to the Knicks.
That's where he came from.
Well, wherever he got sent to, wherever he
wound up going to the Spurs after that.
Okay, wherever he went after that, it's the reason why he became expendable, because Draymond Green added an element to the offense that was missing. Because the year before, they lost in that first round to the Clippers.
The year after that showed up. Where the hell was Clay and Steph, and Draymond then? And Harrison Barnes then, and Bogut then.
The series went 7 games, so it wasn't like the Clippers stomped them. It went 7 games. For those of y'all don't remember, that was the year the Donald Sterling stuff happened. But it went 7 games. It wasn't like the Warriors was way off. It was just, there was something missing. Steve Kerr came in, added that something, boom, they champions. That stuff matters. You can't just say, oh, someone came in and won with somebody else's team or won with somebody else's player. I don't think that's fair. I don't. John Gruden won with Tony Dungy's guys. That's not fair.
So Pat Riley didn't win with Paul Westhead's team, guys?
Yeah, he did. But that's not fair to say it like that, though.
All right. Because
obviously something wasn't working, or Paul Westhead wouldn't have got fired. And the only reason why Pat Riley became the coach is because of what happened to what's that coach name that had the bike accident that they hired from? Was it Ramsey? Was it Jack? Whoever it was.
I think it was Jack Ramsey.
Yeah, he had the bike accident, couldn't come back. Pat Riley took over.
So, anyway, since we on the NBA, let's get into some NBA, man.
Go ahead.
I just want to say, our Lakers.
Oh, I got a question. I got a question for the room.
Oh, go ahead.
But go ahead. No. I want to ask this question right now because it's an argument. It's an argument that I've been having in my group chat. So this is for the room. Yeah. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Is Zion Williamson top 5 right now?
I don't think so.
Why?
Because he's still developing, bro.
The person who's saying Zion is top 5, I hope you watching this, and I hope you chime in.
Like, how can I put it? It's like, I like Zion.
Okay.
To me, Zion is a mixture of.
Mind you, the Pelicans are in first place in the West right now.
Zion is a mixture of Larry Johnson, Charles Barkley, Julius Randle, and Zach Randolph. With more hops than all of them. With sprinkling some Antonio McDyess. So it's
That's a name you don't hear every day, Antonio McDyess.
So it's like, you know what I mean? Niggas forget before he tore his ACL, that was Zion Williamson.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like, I just need to see more. I need to see it for it's hard for me to anoint and crown these young guys. It's like I want to give them credit, and there's nothing wrong with them being great. But it's like, in the words of Carmelo Anthony, this is what I do, young scrap, night in and night out, day in and day out, year in and year out. So it's like, this is the reason why I'm in the position I am. You can't just do it for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, for one season. Like, you gotta, as much as I hate dribble Harden, my niggas been doing this shit year in and year out. As much as I say that Giannis is one-dimensional, Euro step, stretch man, nothing else.
You think Zion top 5 right now?
No, I don't think he's top 5. I don't think he's top 5. Like I said, got the hops, can do the thing, but I don't see him a dramatic impact change for the team.
Okay.
If he's not there, I think the Pelicans will still be hooping.
Yeah,
because they made the playoffs last year without him.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so
when I be saying top 5, it be like, ain't no way deniably. The reason why y'all doing this, it's a whole team sport, but this is the reason why y'all niggas is getting there. Y'all supporting her, y'all doing it with him, but nah.
He got a lot of potential.
Put it like that. He got a lot of potential. He does. Here's why I don't think.
John Morant, another story.
And Donovan Mitchell.
Here's why Donovan Mitchell not top 5, but he's an MVP candidate. But here's why I think he's not top 5. All right. Here's who I think top 5 right now. Stephen Curry can carry a team.
Of course.
So I'm gonna give him that.
Sure. Hell yeah.
Giannis can carry a team.
Lead for sure. Yeah,
I'm gonna give him that.
Take.
Kevin Durant can carry a team.
Yeah.
Take.
I'm gonna give him that.
Lead for sure.
Luka Doncic can carry the Mavericks. So there's an argument.
To where?
There's an argument.
To where?
Hold on, listen. Shut up. Let me finish. Luka Doncic can carry a team. I will give him that over Zion. Jason Tatum been hooping except for the last 2 games. Don't think we ain't been paying attention to the Warriors and the Clippers game. Jason Tatum got to be better. But Jason Tatum, I'll give him that over Zion. Nikola Jokic has won the MVP the past 2 years and been carrying the Nuggets, and Jamal Murray been hurt. Now Murray's back.
All right, I got a shot in the dark.
Hold on.
You might think
I'm not done. I'm not done.
My nigga Brad Beal been carrying the Washington Wizards for a long time. So is he a looter in the riot? You just saying because a nigga get buckets, that don't mean he carrying the team?
No, you said carrying the team mean their team is actually doing something.
No, I get the guys that he's talking about. We talking about what?
This fool said Bradley Beal.
All right. Bradley Beal, Jimmy Buckets?
No. Not better than Zion right now. I'm talking about
carrying a team.
Yeah, but it's
Jimmy Buckets that carried this team to the finals and damn near back to the finals. So we saying top 5. I'm not saying Jimmy Butler is clearly not top 5. Let me add
an element to that. You take Jimmy Butler off the Heat can still win games.
Not going to the finals.
They can still win games. They can still make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You take Zion off the Pelicans, they can still make the playoffs, which is why I don't think they top 5. All these names I just said.
Or he?
What you mean? If you take Zion off
the Pelicans or Zion himself.
You take Zion off the Pelicans will still make the playoffs. Listen, here's another reason why I'm not saying Zion is top 5 right now. Why are we forgetting about Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum? Seriously. Why we acting like
is next?
Why we acting like these dudes ain't them?
Man.
Like, what are we doing here?
I fuck with Zion.
Oh, Joel Embiid is another one. You take him off of Philly, they not going nowhere.
Nah.
Nowhere.
Nah.
I'm going to throw another name in there. Say what you want to say. Take Anthony Davis off the Lakers, and what do they do?
Playing.
Not even a play-in.
Playing.
Not even a play-in. They are not even.
I don't like. They are not even. He can get us there.
No, not no more. Not no more. LeBron not carrying.
His numbers don't matter.
No, his numbers matter, but LeBron don't have that impact like that anymore because of his age. He can still put up numbers, but as far as carrying the team,
before Kobe tore his Achilles tendon, did his numbers matter?
You said what?
Before Kobe tore his Achilles tendon, did his numbers matter?
Before?
Yeah.
Did you see what Kobe did before he tore his Achilles?
Of course, that's the fuck I'm saying.
But it wasn't about numbers. But it wasn't about numbers. First of all, Kobe was 34 and then not 38. Number one. Number
37.
two,
He ain't 38 yet.
Kobe Bryant?
I'm talking about LeBron is not 38 yet.
He about to be. But my point is, it wasn't just about numbers with Kobe. It was just about, I am not going to let my team lose.
And that's
I'm going to do whatever I got to do.
That's why LeBron can't be the GOAT, and that's why I'm so hard on him.
Nah, that's not true.
Hold on, let me make this point. I love LeBron, but I hate him.
You don't love LeBron.
Let me make my point. I love his game, but I hate him. He don't have that I will not lose like Hov and like
he did in 2012.
Like he don't.
He did in 2012.
He need the Justice League and the Avengers, and he need to get fucking niggas traded for Kevin Love and this and that, and he need to take his talents to South Beach.
I was watching what happened with the Lakers the other night, man?
What night?
Hey, Pauline.
In Philly?
Hey, Pauline, the disrespect is not real. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real.
In Philly. Yeah. Let me tell you what happened.
Yeah.
The same thing that lost that game against Indiana, we did. AD had 21 points in the fourth quarter. 21.
I watched that game.
I did too. He had 21 in the fourth quarter. When he finally stopped thinking about his foul trouble, he went at Embiid and killed Embiid. Went at him.
Embiid can't guard him. What you talking about?
Nobody could guard Anthony Davis.
Can't even guard
No one can guard Anthony Davis. This is why I've been saying what I've been saying about Anthony Davis. Nope. Nobody can guard.
Look.
Nobody.
No one. No. I seen somebody. I seen. Not even gonna say that.
Who?
I want to make myself look asinine.
Seen who?
I don't want to say it, bro.
We talking?
You want to know?
Yes.
All right. I seen PJ Tucker getting his jersey.
The fuck out of here, man. Are you serious?
Yeah, I have.
The fuck out
I seen PJ Tucker getting a lot of niggas' jerseys.
That's PJ Tucker. He's old school player. But
yeah, that's how it's supposed to be done.
But you saying that like he shut down Anthony Davis.
Hey. So, right? That's what I'm saying. They won't allow, how you touched on in our last podcast, they won't allow but one PJ Tucker.
That's not because that's not
he the only, and he not playing the Herbert nigga.
The
he
NBA
like,
is offensive.
Nigga, I got you.
Because the NBA is offensive friendly. It's offense friendly. That's why they won't allow that. But ain't nobody shutting down Anthony Davis. Let's kill that noise right now.
I didn't mean it like shutting down. I mean like with the style of play he got, he's gonna play him aggressive and physical, bro. And it ain't just finna come easy. It's not finna be no gimme buckets.
Yeah, but Anthony.
Same thing with Draymond. He's not finna just do Draymond, my nigga. He finna have to work for that and earn that, bro.
Man, Anthony Davis will murder Draymond Green.
Cut that game off.
So you don't agree with Draymond when he say he the best defender ever? You think he's lying?
Draymond Green is the best defender ever?
That's what he said out of his own mouth.
The fuck up, man. If he don't knock it off, man. If he don't knock it off.
Yeah, that dude said he the best.
We got a question for a room I need your input on. But when you come back.
Hey, he said he the best defender of all time.
He's definitely not the best defender of all time. Not even close.
No.
Not even close. Not even close.
Hey, can we throw Dennis Rodman for that argument?
We can, but I wouldn't say all time. Nah. But my point, getting back to Zion, if you take him off the Pelicans, they still good. To me, top 5, if you take a player off that team falls off the map. The names that I said, Jokic, Embiid, Giannis,
Dame?
Steph, not Dame because they can still win.
Win what?
Some games. They were winning while he was out. Who'd I say? Jokic, Embiid, Giannis, KD, Steph, Tatum, Davis, Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
And that's what Luka.
Yeah, take him out.
Because you take Luka off the Mavericks, they
garbage.
They first pick. They Houston Rockets trash. They Detroit Pistons trash without Luka.
Playing scrappy lately.
Who?
The Pistons and the Rockets.
They are, yeah. They're a young, scrappy team. They're not good, but they're young and scrappy. And shout out to Cade Cunningham, man. He's out for the year or two. I forget what the injury was, but I just seen yesterday he out for the year or two. So speedy recovery, Cade Cunningham.
What happened?
I forgot what the injury was, but he's out for the year. I think it's something with his leg or his ankle or foot or something like that. But I forgot.
I got a question.
He's out for the year.
I got a question for you, right? This is off our normal path, right? But this is for the room. So I saw a picture on one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, and it said you got Rod Strickland, Steve Francis, and Nick Van Exel.
I saw that.
Who do you start?
I saw that.
Who do you bench and who do you cut?
I saw that.
Say it again.
Steve Francis, Nick Van Exel, and Rod Strickland. Who do you bench? Who do you start? And who do you cut?
All right. Start Steve Francis. Steve Francis, before he got that coach came over to Houston Rockets, was the #1 All-Star ballot every fucking year. No matter who was playing in the league, that nigga was always #1 vote pick. So, hell nah. That nigga would have been a Hall of Fame player if that shit would have happened. And coaches make games. And then I'm going to say start Steve Francis. I ain't gonna lie. You say start what?
I said start, cut, and bench.
All right, start Steve Francis. I'm going to cut Rod Strickland. Even though I like Rod Strickland, but bench Nick Van Exel. Because I ain't gonna lie, Nick
Van Exel was that dude. Nick Van Exel was.
He was a beast.
Him and Dale Harris.
He was ahead of his time.
Him and Dale Harris didn't get along, man.
If Nick Van Exel was staying with Kobe and Shaq,
if he played right after, for some reason,
he was before his time.
He was before his time.
Nick Van Exel was definitely before his time.
He was before his time, bro. Because how that nigga hoop and how he was to pull and what he used to be doing is perfect.
He was doing Steph Curry shit.
Yeah, Nick Van Exel. Nick Van Exel in this era, my goodness, man.
I'm just being
all right, that's what you stand with. Yeah. But I'm saying, the motherfucking Wolf said, nigga, like Rod Strickland, 97. Wu Tang. Anyway, let you go, Big.
I gotta agree with what he said, man. And I love Rod Strickland. But
Rod Strickland, aka Big Lil Kyrie.
Yeah, he was Kyrie before Kyrie. A little less, but with the handle, yeah. Y'all want to know where Kyrie got that from? His godfather, Rod Strickland. But I'm with him. I'm starting Steve Francis. That clip is playing in my head right now. What he did to Troy Hudson.
Man, I fuck with that.
That nigga was a highlight.
That clip is playing in my head right now. And he could jump out the building.
Hey, that was Derrick Rose and John Morant before they came into existence.
But I'm starting Stevie franchise.
I got to.
I'm benching Nick the Quick.
I'm torn between Nicky Quick and Rod. Yeah,
because Rod was.
I'm torn, man.
Rod was nice, man. Rod was nice, but Nick was before his time. That dude, like I said, the stuff he did on the court, put him in today's era. Oh my goodness.
Hey, honorable mention. Goodness. Rod Strickland and Kenny Anderson. Them was two of my favorite guards. That was like not household names, but like real hoop watchers and real hoopers know who Kenny Anderson and Rod Strickland is.
That's a good question.
That's a great question. Let's start getting on some heads now.
Get on there.
I got one person who head I want to get on. That's the only person who head I'm gonna get on today. Mr. Skip Bayless, that shit you did to Shannon Sharp yesterday was uncalled for. You basically said Shannon Sharp was jealous of Tom Brady because Shannon Sharp was saying Tom Brady wasn't playing well. So a Hall of Famer, one of the top 10 tight ends of all time.
The best tight end of all time.
Arguably the best tight end of all time with 3 rings. 3 rings. Not 1, not 2, 3 rings. All decade. Is jealous of Tom Brady because he said Tom Brady is playing bad and you felt the need to throw personal shots at him? I don't get you, Skip Bayless. It's the reason why Richard Sherman said what he said about you when he was 24.
Right.
In my 24 years of life, I've accomplished more than what you've accomplished in your whole life. It's the reason why Jalen Rose had to humble you on First Take.
That was the funniest shit ever.
Because you talk too fucking much, Skip Bayless. You run your fucking mouth too much. And you have your career. You've done what you've done, but you don't have a right to say some of the stuff that you say.
He doesn't. But he loves Tom Brady.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. You can't love somebody to where you throwing personal shots at people. Calling Westbrook. And I get why Westbrook got mad because it's not, you talk about my family, that's my family's name. It's not just me you talk about when you talk about my last name. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with Skip Bayless. I think that was bullshit what he did. And he lucky Shannon Sharp loves his job because Shannon Sharp should have reached across the table and slapped the shit out of him for what he said.
He took the high road.
He took the high road, and that's good that he did. I don't respect it. I don't respect Skip Bayless. I think that shit was cowardly, and you a foul dude, and you need
that's what I say
you need to publicly apologize for that shit.
You right, Joe. That's when I say when fans overstep
that man, and even in this,
you can agree that you don't like.
Yeah, we can agree to disagree.
But that's a profession.
Yeah, exactly. And then this media profession, you're supposed to call it down the middle. Don't let your personal feelings get involved with your analysis. That's what Skip Bayless does a lot.
That's the only thing that Tom Brady got.
Especially when it comes to Tom Brady.
Got more than Shannon Sharp in Super Bowls. Shannon Sharp is the greatest tight end of all time. Like you want to say Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. But anyway, I want to pause this right quick. Hey, MBZ, I said Steve Francis, Nick Van Exel, and Rod Strickland. Cut, start, bench.
Start and then Steve off the bench and then Rod Strickland.
All right.
So 3 of us agreed cut Rod Strickland.
As much as I love Rod, that's so crazy.
So we all agree.
Tough bar, but yeah, them other two.
Nick Van Exel would get buckets.
Yeah, Nick Van Exel, man.
Was a highlight, a bucket reel, and got busy. Nigga, like
Steve Francis challenged Vince Carter in the dunk contest.
Man, he did. Yeah, he did.
He did a good job.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And then the question I have for you, is Zion top 5 right now?
Nah, because
he ain't done enough.
You gotta be able to make it through the seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like
durability.
I don't think he completed. He ain't played an 8.
He hasn't played a full season yet.
I don't think he played an 8.
And that's another one of my arguments that he hasn't played the full season yet. So how you gonna crown him top 5?
Yeah, no, he's a show though. He's definitely a show. He's strong.
Yeah,
he's solid, but he just
and he's having a good year, but top 5 right now.
He's only 40 games in
this year.
Yeah,
almost 30.
Yeah, so
back to what you said. When is too much enough? And that's why I say Skip Bayless and a lot of people cross the line.
Especially Skip Bayless, man.
You can be a fan, but you gotta understand a professional is a professional for a reason.
Yeah.
When I say it, but you can say he's not good compared to other people, but you definitely can't say Shannon Sharp is a hater because Shannon Sharp is a.
What he got to hate on?
What he got to hate on? He is, like you said,
he's the GOAT.
Here's my thing.
He the GOAT.
Here's my thing.
And that's why he always gets served like he gets served.
Like he be because we crossing the
Jalen
line.
Rose, that is the funniest.
Oh man, Jalen Rose shut him up.
Jalen Rose was telling Skip Bayless, he was like, "Man, you only
Then you average 1.4 points in high school.
You gotta respect this craft, man.
Because you gonna ask Jalen Rose, what was you in high school?
Right.
Really?
right.
Really?
A killer.
Really? Jalen was a killer in high school.
But I'm saying a conversation, a debate goes both ways, bro.
Nah, but you can't get personal, man.
Look, at the same time as Jalen Rose could say he averaged, and I'm not taking up for Skip Bayless. If you point a finger at me, you got 9 pointing back at you.
Yeah, but what Jalen Rose did wasn't personal. That was facts.
Professional basketball.
That was facts what Jalen Rose did. Skip Bayless averaged 1.4 points in high school. Because after I saw that, I went and looked it up.
You know why you
said facts.
Skip Bayless? Because you sucked at basketball.
You sucked in sports.
Guess what happened with Jalen Rose? I was somebody in basketball. That's why I got my job in sports analysts because they know I know what I'm talking about.
When you think Fab Five, you think Jalen Rose and Chris Webber and Juwan Howard. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying at all. Let's set the record straight. I'm with y'all, but I want to bring up this point. If it was not for Skip Bayless, and I've been watching this man since Cold Pizza back in 04.
So have I.
If it was not for Skip Bayless,
don't you say what you about to say?
Stephen A. Smith.
That's a lie.
None of these motherfuckers would have no job. It would be no lane for what it is today.
That's a lie.
It went from Cold Pizza, which was a segment. His segment was a segment on the show.
That's a lie.
Just like ESPN First Take. That was the 1st and 10 segment was a segment on the show. And that man became so popular, his segment became the show. And guess what? Every network has a debate show now. Because of who? Skip Bayless.
But debate, let me tell you something. That's why I keep saying.
And I'm not saying it's right. I'm with you. It's very disrespectful. But he made a lane. He made the debate show something that can be marketable, something that can be profitable. He is the reason why niggas can have a podcast as well.
Listen, my team better than your team. That's a debate. when you are a fan, listen, Vin, that's why
I agree. I'm agreeing with you. We're talking about Uncle fucking Shannon Sharp, bro.
Yeah.
I'm with him, bro. I'm not never gonna ride with nobody going against him.
With football, with Shannon Sharp, we can't even have a conversation. Nigga, you have watched this shit from the sidelines. I did this shit for real at a high level.
And the guy came from the trenches in the dirt.
Let me dispute something. Let me dispute something you just said. You are part accurate. That show may have became popular because of Skip Bayless, but you know First Take became #1 after Skip Bayless left.
Okay, who bought Stephen A. Smith? Let's go all the way back. Let's go all the way back because I know Stephen A. I remember, quite frankly, the show that got canceled. I remember when he was on First Take way back in the day, and he wound up going to be an analyst on MSNBC, and he wasn't even working for ESPN no more. And Skip Bayless was responsible for Stephen A. Smith coming back in 2008, 2009 way. So like I said again, none of these niggas will have no check. Just like none of these reality stars on Love and Hip Hop will have a check without fucking Stevie J. Jordan. None of these niggas will have a check without Skip Bayless. What he does and what he says is not right.
I disagree with that.
But he made the fucking debate shows popping.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, he made popping. I got that.
That don't give him the right to disrespect Hall of Fame athletes.
Whether he made the shows popping or not is subjective. But to say there wouldn't be none of that without Skip Bayless, I disagree with that. That's why I said First Take has been #1 years running because Jim Rome made debate shows popping.
So yeah, man, and how do I know that? Because I used to be like,
and
Jim Rome and Colin Cowherd, and I hate Colin Cowherd, but
they the younger version of Skip Bayless.
I ain't lying, bro.
Jim Rome, he's right. Jim Rome made debate shows popping in sports. Not Skip Bayless.
And I ain't like that.
Cats would still have jobs if it wasn't for Skip Bayless.
Yeah,
that's why I said it's a reason First Take is #1 years running. It ain't got nothing to do with Skip Bayless. That's all Stephen A. Smith.
Since you want to talk about what Skip Bayless did with Shannon, which was out of pocket.
It was way out of pocket.
What Stephen A. Smith did with Max Kellerman was out of pocket.
What did he do to Max Kellerman? They didn't see eye to eye.
Shit, bro.
What did he do?
That's some bitch shit, bro.
What did he do? All he said was they didn't see eye to eye on stuff. He didn't disrespect that man personally.
Hey.
He didn't take no shots at his character.
I'm not one of them.
He didn't call that man a hater.
You know how many people call him Coon A. Smith and be on his head?
That's subjective.
You know how many people
that's
be
an
like,
opinion.
damn, that's fucked up how he did Max.
But that's an opinion.
Nigga, Max been with ESPN
that's an opinion.
for a long time,
He's still with ESPN.
He was the original host of fucking Around the Horn.
No, he wasn't.
Before reality.
No, reality been the host of Around the Horn.
My guy, I don't know if he was a guest host.
He was a guest host,
Max
but
Kellerman
Tony
was
Reality
in like 03,
Around the Horn has always been Tony Reality. I used to watch that show when it first started. It's always been Tony Reality. Max Kellerman may have been a guest host. Max Kellerman was on what's that show with Marcellus Wiley and Michelle Beadle that they had.
Numbers Never Lie. That number never lie.
That numbers never lie. Numbers Don't Lie was Jamel Hill and Michael Smith. I forget the name of the show, but that's where he was a guest host was. With Marcellus Wiley and Michelle Beadle. Max Kellerman always been with ESPN. He was on ESPN LA when he was on the radio. Max and Marcellus.
You know why?
So he been around.
But the top dog on ESPN because all the motherfucking people that's been there that was top shit is gone. Like your Broussards, your Mark Slayers, your Michael Smith, Jamel Hill, all them motherfuckers is gone.
No. The reason why he's the top dog is because people like John Saunders is gone. Because people like Stuart Scott is gone. Because Mike Tirico is on NBC.
Yeah.
That's why Stephen A is the top dog.
Only analyst is gone.
The only one that's still there that coach is Wilbon.
That's it.
But Stephen A was bigger than Michael Smith. He's bigger than Jamel Hill. He's bigger than all the other, and I don't want to make this about race. He's bigger than all the other black people at ESPN. Stephen A is that dude. Whether you like him or hate him, he's that dude at ESPN.
He is.
He's that dude. Like I said, the people that called him coon, that's their opinion. That's subjective. But how can you call somebody a coon that's done so much for black people? HBCUs. This man went to an HBCU. So that's an argument for another day.
Articulate, well-spoken black man.
People say what they want to say.
He makes a caricature of himself because it's Stephen A. and it's Stephen A. Smith.
I don't like
Stephen A. is the loud yelling nigga, and Stephen A. Smith is when them old white people and the people that of notoriety and prominence come on there. He's very eloquent and elegant and using them fucking Webster's dictionary words. It's two different people.
It ain't about that, man.
Stephen A. is a caricature, like a WWE character.
No, I don't say that.
It's two different people.
I disagree with that.
It's two different people.
I disagree with that.
Once again,
Stephen A. is the sale himself. It's a character. It's not the same person. He don't talk so elegant and eloquent and use them big words when he's yelling.
Yes, he does.
Now when he's being calm, he's being calm and thinking his shit through, when Bill Polian and certain people is on the fucking show.
That's not true.
He's a different person.
That's not true,
different
bro.
Totally.
That's not true, bro. That's not true.
Say he's cool.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true, dog.
When that dude talks too much about shit that ain't got nothing.
Who, Skip Bayless?
No.
Stephen A.
Smith.
Stephen A.
Nigga, I don't want to hear you talking about. Nigga, I'm gonna watch CNN if I want to hear about the nigga taking a stand. Nigga, I want to hear you talk about a nigga stats, what a nigga do on the court.
That's it.
That's it, bro. Like, all that other shit you talk about.
Into a nigga personal life.
You don't pay no nigga. Like, even when he said Kyrie, nigga, you don't pay shit. Nigga, nigga, that's what them niggas who gonna pay Kyrie ain't got nothing. Why is that your business?
He trying to fuck up that nigga money.
You side.
Absolutely.
Nigga.
Yeah, that's why niggas say he a coon.
You side nigga. But my thing about the shit is like, bro, the line, that's the thing, bro. Understand that you can talk about, like, you can say somebody suck. You can say they suck stat wise. You can say, but you can't. But when you start really,
don't start making it personal.
Yeah, like personal and talking about like how did he make, nigga? Everybody who make it to that motherfucker made it for a reason.
Just they worked hard to get there,
and they actually had the skill. They just not good compared to the other professionals.
That part, yeah.
But they are a professional, and that's what that shit that they be like, come on, man, yeah. But that's why I used to always say at first, I agree now. At first, I used to only think that people who play sports should commentate on that shit. At first, you feel what I'm saying? But because when I start noticing people who didn't play sports come in, they be criticizing them people in a way that is like, this is still a professional.
Yeah.
Now you can see what you're watching, but when long as you keep that line to where it's like respectful and you analyze the game, but you're not really being personal, then it's all good.
It's all good, exactly.
Yeah,
I agree with that. And that's what I didn't like about what Skip Bayless did, because he made it personal. And like I said, he lucky Shannon.
It's not the first time
it's not. I'm saying, but that's my problem with him.
You know why
he gets personal all the time.
That nigga said, guess what? When I left CBS, you gave me an opportunity to come guest on your show when it was First Take. And you gave me an opportunity to build my platform. So my nigga's gracious. Not like saying he owe him anything, but it's like, all right, well, fuck it.
I understand that.
Say what you gonna say, my nigga. I got my own podcast now, and nigga, I'm in more households now. Niggas, more nigga, the young generation knows who Shannon Sharp is.
I don't care what kind of lane you gave me or what kind of doors you opened up for me. I don't care about that. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
This is. Even if
I'm saying that's maybe the reason why he don't react,
bro. Even in what I do at work, there was a manager who, at the time I'm a supervisor, he's a manager, and he's saying stuff to me that I just didn't agree with. And me and him saying stuff, and we having a conversation, and then he said something, and I'm like, wait, bro, hold on. Like, we could keep it work related, but you don't know me like that. Don't come at me like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what Skip Bayless does. He comes at people like he know people like that.
Not
like
even just Shannon.
Like all the stuff he used to say about Floyd Mayweather. Like Floyd Mayweather punch you in your fucking nose. Like, what are you saying?
Look, the chick that used to be the moderator, she gone. That's a new chick. Carrie Champion.
I know Carrie Champion, yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Anyway, man, I just want to say, since my boy started off on, I want to get on Dak Prescott here. Even though we won, stop throwing it to the other team, bro. Please.
This is like 3 weeks in a row he ain't been on Dak Prescott head.
Please stop throwing it to the other team. Please. We won. You did a great job in the last drive, but we paying you a lot of money, my nigga. Don't throw it to the other team. Please.
Yeah, the only reason why I said I only was going to get on one person head today, because I had two people in mind until I watched Emmanuel Acho humble his own self yesterday. So I don't have to get on your head, Acho. You got on your own head. Respect. But stop disrespecting Justin Herbert. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't have nobody else, bro.
All right.
I'm just letting this shit unfold. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is going to be a December to remember, like ECW back in the day. And by the end, you know, we're going to see who's the Spartans and who's really not Spartans. And in the NBA, we'll know by next month. by going into the All-Star break.
Yeah, but we in the final stretch of the NFL season. Shit getting tight. So the teams that want to contend, it's time to step it up.
All right, predictions.
All that.
Who y'all think going to the Super Bowl?
I can't call it yet, bro. Give me about 3 weeks. Give me about 3. I need to see how the season is gonna be, because it's not determined yet.
What about you, Joe?
I reserve the right to change what I'm about to say right now.
Okay, no problem. Just the early prediction. What you think, man?
My Niners are going to the Super Bowl.
Hey,
It's a good pick,
In
man.
the NFC.
sound like a good pick.
And in the AFC, I don't know in the AFC because I'm not ready to say. You know what? I do know in the AFC who I think is going to go to the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow in Cincinnati.
Hey.
I think they're going back.
It's gonna be 82 again.
I think they're going back.
82 again.
I think they go. I think Cincinnati going to go back.
Super
So
Bowl
I
shuffle.
got San Francisco.
Hey, Super Bowl shuffle.
I'm gonna say this again. I have the right to change my opinion. This ain't set in stone, but I got San Francisco and Cincinnati in the Super Bowl.
I can't disagree with that.
With that, that wraps another Big and Skip podcast.
You already know what we about to say next.
Press that like button.
Yep.
Press that subscribe button.
Yep.
Press that share button.
Yep.
Tell a friend. Bring a friend. We love all y'all.
Turn on those notifications. Y'all know what it is, the Big Skill Podcast.
Coming to you live and direct. Coming to your set. Signing off. Truly yours, Nostradamus.
Let's get it. We out of here.
Yeah.